I am an agricultural educator.
By choice and not by chance.
I believe in American agriculture.
I dedicate my life to its development
and the advancement of its people.
I will strive to set before my students,
by my deeds and actions,
the highest standards of citizenship
for the community, state, and nation.
It's important for NAAE to be involved for advocacy because, as many of us know through other organizations such as our involvement in Farm Bureau or with the FFA organization, if we're not sharing our message, no one else is. And so by having NAAE involved in advocacy efforts, it allows us to share the message of agricultural education with legislators across the country in Washington, D.C., and really inform them about the issues that will impact not only the teachers, but also our students in the future.
Well, when I was a classroom teacher, I faced some major budgetary issues, and there were some real concerns because a lot of schools had to make some serious cuts, and they had to do some really hard thinking and evaluation of programs that they thought were important and wanted to keep around. And so I was very lucky because our state association really banded together and helped ag teachers advocate for themselves, their program, and their students. And because of that work, we didn't lose a single ag teacher or ag department that year.
One thing I feel that NAAE is really good at doing is representing our teachers in a positive manner and making sure that the communication is out there. When I was able to be the church teacher turn the key winner and also the outstanding teacher of the year in our state, they made sure that everyone knew. And that is a benefit in itself. My principal more than once was able to share with the community, our school council, and my students that I had taken the time to fill out an application and that I had won that award. That means a lot to me and to the future of my program. Community members look at the program differently because they know what it takes to get awards like that. It even went as far as my school board and the State Office of Education, where people knew what was going on at my program because of something I had done through NAAE.
Oh gosh, I've attended NAAE convention many times. Why do I attend? Is simply because there is no other professional development opportunities where I can learn more and gain more that I can take directly right back into my classroom and apply immediately right after I've learned it. It offers the opportunity to be able to talk to other people who are teaching the same type of things, develop collaborative projects and opportunities, talk about different types of SAEs to make sure that you're practicing and learning different CDEs. It's a way for me to be able to gain knowledge from a different perspective than some of the other perspectives I might get from my own state. It gives you just a little bit broader, more global approach to ag education to be able to collaborate with other people at NAAE conventions.
It's one of those really weird things. As a teacher for 17 years, I felt like, I know what I'm doing, I'm doing a good job. And then once I started taking part in some of these professional development activities that the NAAE sponsors, it's just revitalized my teaching. It's made me become more of an inquiry-based teacher that's making my kids do a lot of the work and me being more of a facilitator than a lecturer all the time. And it's just been empowering, and everything that I've done through NAAE has just impacted my life and my teaching immensely. Participating in these professional developments that I've done have been huge. I've been able to not only network with teachers from across the state of Washington, but by taking part in the National Ag Science Teacher Ambassador Academy, I've met people from all over the United States. I was also selected this last spring to be a lead teacher for CASE, so I got the opportunity to travel to Minneapolis to take part in lead teacher orientation. And there also I started meeting people from all over the state. And it really helps out because you start seeing what's going on in different states. When you go to national convention, you run into people that you've met through those professional development events, and it's huge because we always get ourselves so isolated in our own states that we think that's the center of our universe, and it's really not. The more networking that you can do, I think the better off you are, and the more meeting people you get to do, the better teacher, the better professional you become.
Professional liability insurance is very important to every educator, and I must say it is one of the reasons why I am a member of NAAE. The insurance to let me know that I can have peace of mind and I have someone in my corner just in case something does happen. I don't want anything to happen negatively, but just in case it does, I have someone to be a voice for me.
Having the opportunity to have professional liability insurance while I was a student member of the NAAE was really reassuring to me. The policy is $100,000, and I knew that I could go on any student teaching experience. Obviously, you want to take some precautions and make sure you are safe and that your students are safe, but if there was an emergency or God forbid something happened, I was protected, and that was very reassuring to me.
The National Teach Ag campaign is awesome because it gives you an opportunity a day to advertise exactly what teaching in agriculture is all about. And I really go all out that whole week to let them know, my students and anybody that's near, what we are doing in agriculture, and this makes a wonderful profession. It's almost like a day to let your light shine, from putting that table outside our door to actually just having pamphlets and everything so people can see what we're doing. So I'm always encouraging the profession because it's such a dynamic profession, and I want the world to know about it.
Welcome to the first ever virtual Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teachers Association Summer Conference. Given the current status of our state and nation, the GVATA board decided to host this year's conference in this manner to minimize health risks to all. We understand the importance of face-to-face meetings and the camaraderie that comes with that, but we feel that we need to take all precautions necessary to maintain the safety of our membership. We feel that we have developed a virtual conference that will still fulfill our obligations to meet and conduct business. Professional learning opportunities have been included for your benefit. Please refer to the email with Zoom links to schedule your breakout itinerary over the next couple of days. Remember, you can join any of these live, but anyone can review any of these opportunities once they are archived. Your GVATA board has worked very hard to offer classes that reflect your needs based on surveys that have been conducted. We recommend that you have 2 devices today, one device for watching, the other for voting purposes, if an alternative method is needed. Throughout the session, if you would like recognition from the chair, please place any questions or comments in the chat box. It is advisable to change your name on the Zoom screen. To do this, you will need to hover over your name on the screen, right-click, and change it to your name and your school name. Additionally, type your name and school in the chat box to record your attendance for today's session. Today, we will be hearing committee and officer reports, elect a new president-elect, conduct old and new business, install board members, and recognize all of our award winners. I now call on your Area 4 Director, Mr. Rick Dubose, to bring the invocation, as well as remember our deceased teachers.
We are blessed to be here today, even in a virtual setting. E.M. Tiffany was spot on when he said to practice good deeds in the promise of better days through better ways, even as the better things we now enjoy have come to us from the struggles of former years. We are in the middle of unexpected struggles, and future agriculture teachers will look back on and talk about us and how we made it through with hard work and dedication working together. Many agriculture teachers have come before us and paved the way for us to be where we are today, enduring struggles just as we have experienced in 2020. Please join me in a moment of silence, followed by a prayer, to reflect on and remember Mr. B.H. Claxton, Mr. Jimmy Lane, and any other ag teachers or leaders that may have passed away this year. Dear God, we come to you today first to give praise and thanksgivings for blessing us with jobs and families, especially in the difficult times of 2020. We are thankful for being able to have this conference so that information and business can be dealt for the good of our organization. We pray that you will guide us in our dealings, protect us in the midst of life's struggles, and help us to always take advantage of every moment to lead and teach our students so that they will be able to set expectations and meet their goals, no matter the circumstances. We ask for guidance for our leaders to make wise decisions that will affect education and how we do our jobs. Lord, we put our trust in you and ask that you bless each teacher and leader in the coming school year. In your name we pray. Amen. Please welcome State CTA Director, Dr. Barbara Wall, to bring remarks on behalf of the Georgia Department of Education.
Hello, I am Barbara Wall, your State CTAE Director. I bring you greetings on behalf of the Georgia Department of Education. I'm excited to be recording my remarks today from none other than the FFA FCCLA camp here in Covington, Georgia. I have 4 bits of good news to share with all GVATA members. First of all, Georgia's Perkins 5 state plan has been approved. It was submitted on time with a letter from Governor Kemp and officially approved as of May the 29th, 2020. July the 1st was the first official date of implementing Perkins 5. Second, CTAE annual report has a new look. Our annual report has gone from a multi-page document with lots of details to a very sleek 8 by 11.5-inch trifold. The annual report highlights how CTAE delivers for Georgia's economy, and for Georgia's students. Log on to the new website, ctaedelivers.org, to download a copy of the annual report. Number 3, our FFA FCCLA camps received $1.5 million from the CARES Act. Be sure to thank Superintendent Woods. When our world changed due to the coronavirus, our camp suffered a loss of revenue that would be very difficult to overcome. Our state school superintendent had applied for federal stimulus funds. Georgia is receiving $411 million. Most of this money will go to local school districts based on a formula. In addition, Mr. Woods was able to allocate some funds in other directions. He chose to provide $1.5 million to our FFA FCCLA camps. Mr. Woods is a strong supporter of CTAE. With his generosity, students and educators will continue to reap benefits from our camps. The 4th item is about our Golden Key Award. This will be presented to a GVATA member to begin a new tradition at GVATA. Recipients of the CTAE Golden Key Award are recognized for displaying one of our 8 CTAE core values. These core values are key to excellent CTAE programs in Georgia, and they include career-focused, employer partnerships, experiential, innovation, integration, results-based, student-centered, and quality. The recipients of the Golden Key Award thus far are on the screen before you. Today's GVATA recipient is recognized for the core value of innovation. For students to be successful in future careers, we must continue to innovate and stay ahead of the curve. Our structures and processes must be flexible enough to allow programs to be responsive to students' needs and aligned to industry standards. Let's open the envelope to see who will receive this year's CTAE Golden Key Award. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this teacher pivoted his lessons from face-to-face instruction to virtual instruction in a very innovative manner. The virtual lessons that he created were part of Lessons from the Tailgate. I watched several of the lessons, and I am partial to the one about the FFA jacket. I liked the way he tied the symbolism of the jacket to the events taking place during the pandemic. On behalf of Georgia Department of Education, I proudly present the virtual CTAE Golden Key Award of Innovation to Mr. Bill Waldrop from Mary Persons High School. When we meet in person, Mr. Waldrop, I'll present you with a real key that represents innovation. Thank you for a job well done. I just love sharing good news, and I do hope that you have a great virtual GVATA conference.
Thank you, Dr. Wall. We appreciate your continued support of GVATA. We will now hear from National Association of Agricultural Educators, Region 5 Vice President, Mr. Stan Skurlock.
Welcome, Georgia agriculture educators. It is my honor to be sitting here giving you welcome on behalf of the National Association of Agriculture Educators. For those of y'all who do not know me, my name is Stan Skurlock. I am the Region 5 Vice President for the Southeastern States. It wasn't that many weeks ago we had met with several of you in the Region 5 Virtual Conference, and from what I've heard, that conference really went well. I had some great feedback from several teachers, said that they enjoyed it, even though it wasn't what we're used to, but we dealt with the situation we were handed. I'm going to give you some updates here, brief updates on the National Association of Ag Educators, of what's going on and what we provide you, the members. NAAE we provide several opportunities for you, the members, and some of these things, just to mention them all, as far as our professional liability insurance, which we'll get a little more in depth with. We do have awards and recognitions to recognize our members. We have a lot of networking opportunities, professional development, and professional resources to pull from throughout your teaching year. And also, one of our greatest things is we advocate on behalf of the agriculture educator. Our priorities. Our number one priority is advocating for agriculture education. We feel as a NAAE board, that is our number one priority, is to sit there and put out education, agriculture education, to everybody who will listen and promote it in hopes that they get the understanding that ag education is not going away. It's essential, and it is part of our American way. Professional development, we put a lot of time and effort in making sure you have the cutting edge information from some of the best resources in the United States. And also, we continue to work on teacher recruitment, retention, and recognition. For those of y'all who are part or members, the professional liability provides $100,000 coverage for you as a teacher. Now, understanding that this coverage is just liability, we do have the opportunity to upgrade our coverage to either $1 million or $2 million of liability insurance, which includes job protection benefit. If you understand the legal system, you understand that $100,000 is just getting started. So for the extra $35 a year or $50 a year, you can greatly increase your protection benefit, also with the job protection. In addition, Frederick T. Jones also offers plenty of other opportunities, such as term life, cancer policies, personal auto, and disability protection. Our NAAE convention is still on. We haven't really had discussion on whether the event's going to be postponed or if it's done virtual. Right now, we're all going with that it's going to happen, and hopes things do get better. So please take this in consideration. It is going to be in Nashville, Tennessee this year. And the next slide I'll show you has the early bird registration, which is extended till August 31st. All this information is found on our NAAE site, NAAE.org, and you can go straight to the convention page and register under the early bird discount. I also do have student rates available for those of y'all who are students. The NAAE Accelerate program is taking applications till September 15th. This is for those who are in their 7th through 15th year of teaching. These applications need to be turned into the NAAE.org office. So if you will go, once again, down here at the bottom, you see Alyssa Smith. Her email is out here at the bottom. If you have any information or any questions, she will have the information to give you back on what's going on or how to apply or what you might need to do. So, the Accelerate program open until September 15th. For those of y'all who want to know as far as advocacy, we do advocate very much on behalf of the ag education. And on our site, we also have these state profiles. You'll notice that Georgia's is here, and it gives us information on how many students are in your programs, how many agriculture teachers, and a whole lot of other information that a lot of the people who in your capital, as far as the legislators and representatives, they would like to know this stuff. And you have a sheet, that's a profile that's on our records, as far as the NAAE.org, that you can pull up and carry or send to them. So advocacy is high on our priority list. And we also do have the National Ag Ed profile that has all the states in it. Advocacy, some of the things that we do on your behalf, we represent the interests of agriculture education through government relations, Congress, Department of Education, and of course, Department of Agriculture. And we have a lot of people who are part of our association or our boards and committees, such as the National FFA Board of Directors and the National FFA Alumni Council. So there's a lot of people who's working on your behalf in ag education. Early March, we usually have a national policy seminar. It's like 2 or 3 days of getting out. We go to the Hill. We talk to our senators. We talk to our representatives. We advocate for ag education. And you are invited to be part of this. We do this, like I say, in early March. And usually on the years we don't get snowed out. But there's a lot of benefit from this. You get to meet the people who work for you. Plus, we get to share the information of how important ag education is. And the way the trend's going, I believe that's starting to become very apparent that they see this now. As far as staying informed, we can do it through electronic newsletters. We have a Ag Ed listserv, social media, several different ways of getting information to you, and also for you reaching us. With this said, I appreciate your time. I hope y'all have a great virtual conference. I hope everything turns out. Y'all learn a lot, get a lot of benefit from it. And on behalf of the NAAE, I would like to say thank you very much for letting me be part of your conference.
Thank you, Stan, for your support and dedication. We hope to see you at the NAAE National Convention in Nashville in December. I now call the business and award session of the 2020 GVATA Summer Conference to order. Welcome to our virtual business session. Please remember, for comments or questions, add them to the chat box for the recognition. I duly appoint Mr. Todd Claxton to serve as the parliamentarian for this session. Mr. Todd Claxton is here with the board today in person. I now call on Mr. Justin Bennett, your GVATA Executive Secretary, to present the minutes from the 2020 Midwinter Conference business session.
The minutes of the 2020 Midwinter Conference business session have been emailed to all agriculture teachers in the state. I hope that you have taken a moment to reflect on the business of the 2020 Midwinter Conference.
The chair recognizes Michael Herron from Alcovey High School. It has been moved and seconded to accept the 2020 Midwinter Conference business session minutes as read. Are there any necessary modifications? Is there any opposition? Please vote on the motion to accept the minutes. The poll should be available on your screen. Please do not click anywhere except the poll until your vote is cast. Physical presentations will be made at our Midwinter GVATA Conference to be held in Macon in January. This gives time for all awards to be judged on the national level. Please enjoy these videos of some of our award winners.
The 2020 GVATA Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Mr. Gary Farmer. Mr. Farmer has been a true servant leader for agricultural education all of his adult life. While his professional career spanned 35 years, his service did not end with his tenure as a classroom teacher, area teacher, or a leader on the Georgia State Agricultural Education staff. His immeasurable service to Georgia and national agricultural education includes serving as the high school agricultural education instructor for Banks County, where he was selected as star teacher and Banks County Teacher of the Year in 1974. Mr. Farmer served as the Agricultural Education Mechanics Area Teacher for District 3 in Northeast Georgia, and eventually as the District Supervisor and North Region Coordinator of Agricultural Education. He was the co-chair of the Southern Region Agricultural Education Conference and the director of the FFA Toyota Diversity Program in Georgia. Mr. Farmer continues to serve agricultural education by assisting with weigh-ins at the Georgia National Fair and Georgia National Livestock Show. He also served over 20 years as parliamentarian for the Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teacher Association and as board member of the National FFA Council. Mr. Farmer served as the national president of the National Association of Supervisors of Agricultural Education and the executive director of American Association of Vocational Instruction Materials. He was also director of the Southeast Empire Livestock Exhibition for the Gwinnett Fair, curriculum director for the Georgia Department of Agricultural Education, and the executive director of the Georgia FFA Alumni Association. His contributions to the Georgia Junior National Livestock Show were recognized through a show catalog dedication. He also served as a state chairman in Georgia Masonry and as an officer in the Lexington, Georgia Masonic Lodge. Mr. Farmer is a lifetime member of the Georgia FFA Alumni Association and the Georgia Young Farmer Association and has served multiple times as a judge at the National FFA Convention. Mr. Farmer's humility has probably abbreviated this list of honors. Only by his nomination from others did he receive these. His efforts were never to gain accolades, but rather to improve the condition of teachers under his supervision and the agricultural students throughout Georgia. Mr. Farmer has led a long, exemplary career in the field of agricultural education in direct service to students, other teachers, and numerous professional organizations, and continues to give his time and expertise to support agricultural education in the state of Georgia and beyond. For these and multiple other reasons, Mr. Farmer is awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award by the Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teachers Association. The National Association of Agricultural Educators recognizes current and retired NAAE members who have made significant contributions to agricultural education at the state, regional, and national levels with the Outstanding Service Citation. The 2020 GVATA Outstanding Service Citation is awarded to Dr. James Woodard. Dr. Woodard's career spans across a wide spectrum of positions within the profession. With beginnings of being an FFA member at Nichols High School, Dr. Woodard entered into the profession of agricultural education. He began as an agricultural education teacher at Jeff Davis High School in 1987. Under Dr. Woodard's direction, the Jeff Davis FFA chapter had numerous state proficiency winners and state degree recipients, as well as a national specialty crop proficiency finalist. Throughout his career, Dr. Woodard has received several awards. He was recognized as the state GVATA Outstanding Young Teacher and received the GVATA Outstanding Program of the Year Award, as well as the regional NVATA Outstanding Young Teacher Award in 1993. The previous year, he was recognized as Georgia Vocational Association Teacher of the Year in Agriculture. In 1991, he was the Georgia Soil Conservation Teacher of the Year. He became an honorary member of the Jeff Davis Young Farmers in 1990. In 2005, he became the State Director of Career, Technical, and Agricultural Education, where he oversaw and re-engineered Georgia's vocational education program. This included a complete overhaul of the curriculum into a system of career pathways, the development of a comprehensive delivery approach for professional development, the resurgence of the State Professional Teachers Association, and a renewed effort to increase the capacity of work based on learning for all students. Dr. Woodard is also active in his community. He taught the youth Sunday school classes at his church for several years. He served as chairman of the Jeff Davis County chapter of the American Cancer Relay for Life Committee. He was a member of the Hazelhurst Lions Club and served as president. He is currently a member of Centennial Baptist Church in Rutledge. He also serves as a board member for the Georgia Junior Livestock Foundation and as a member of the planning committee for the Piedmont Area Cattle Show. It is a pleasure to honor Dr. James Woodard as the 2020 Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teachers Association Outstanding Service Citation Award. The 2020 GVATA Outstanding Cooperation Award goes to the Georgia Forestry Commission. The Georgia Forestry Commission's mission is to provide leadership, service, and education to protect and conserve Georgia's forest resources. Their cooperation with agricultural education spans from classroom involvement with forestry field days and other educational programs to assisting with lifelong learning aspects of agricultural education when they help educate landowners and the general public across the state. County foresters and rangers actively engage with local educators and leaders to provide programs related to forestry and participate in career days. Annually, the GFC participates in events for students of all ages, from camps for high school and middle school students to educator training to in-school programming from pre-K through college and university level courses and assisting with scouting, 4-H, and FFA events. The breadth of GFC reaches all 159 counties. Summer internships are available for juniors and seniors enrolled in the Society of American Foresters accredited forestry programs. A strong partnership with Georgia Agricultural Education and Georgia FFA Association has fostered a greater presence through agriculture programs. The GFC actively supports agriculture education through general assistance with programming related to forestry, providing seedlings for events, assistance in community service projects, and more. Since 2015, the GFC has been involved in regional FFA rallies. In 2019, there were 1,500 participants in the South Region Rally alone. Their staff has volunteered and served as judges for the forestry chapter and many booths at the Georgia National Fair for over 20 years. Not only does GFC offer assistance in events and programming, but they also assist in the revision and writing of curriculum for the state program and have had staff serve as technical advisors for the revision of FFA career development events. This comes to over 100 hours of GFC involvement in forestry field day events alone. These hours and statistics do not begin to cover the total involvement and support that Georgia FFA receives from the GFC. The Georgia Forestry Commission has received numerous awards over the years at local FFA chapter banquets, area banquets, and on the state level with honorary memberships from the Georgia FFA Association. It is with great honor that the Georgia Vocational Agricultural Teachers Association awards the 2020 Outstanding Cooperation Award to the Georgia Forestry Commission.
Congratulations to these winners. Good luck as you represent us in December at the NAAE Convention in Nashville. I am pleased to announce that the motion to accept the minutes of the 2020 Midwinter Business Session passes. Mr. Bennett will now give the GVATA membership report and financial report.
The membership report for the previous year, 2019-2020, was emailed to all agriculture teachers in the state. We ended the year with 518 GVATA members, which is an increase of 22 members from the previous year. I am proud to report that we achieved 100% GVATA NAAE membership statewide. The financial report from the previous year, ending on June 30th, 2020, has been emailed to all agriculture teachers. We ended the year with a balance of $107,942.44 in our checking account and $75,657.09 in our certificate of deposit. This gives us a combined total of $183,599.53. There are a few items I'd like to clarify. The cost of the Midwinter Conference was $29,858.22. Of that cost, $26,480 was used to pay for the facilities and meals at the Georgia FFA FCCLA Center. The income line on the balance sheet of the 2020 Summer Conference reflects the total amount collected for conference registration and all other registration items. This amount will be divided into the appropriate categories now that we are operating in the new fiscal year, which began on July 1st. The annual conference fee of $125 collected at the Summer Conference will now cover both the summer and midwinter conferences. In planning for this virtual conference, there were many unknowns with unknown costs associated with producing a virtual conference. The GVATA board was also unsure of how many teachers would be able to participate in either a virtual or in-person conference. The board discussed both options with CTAE directors in planning the conference. I would like to also thank those members who have already made payment or made a payment plan or mailed your check for the conference registration and other registration items into our P.O. box. As a reminder, payments made by check should be postmarked by July 15th.
Here is another video of some more of our NAAE State and Region 5 award winners.
The NAAE offers the Teachers Turn the Key Scholarship as a means of encouraging younger teachers to remain in the profession and to encourage and recognize participation in professional activities. NAAE members who are in their second, third, and fourth year of teaching are eligible for this award. This year's GVATA Teachers Turn the Key Award winner is Miss Hannah Smith. Ms. Smith is the agriculture teacher at Pike County Middle School. She is the advisor of chapter membership of 325 members. Some of the involvement of this FFA chapter includes holding chapter meetings led by their officer team, conducting community service projects, hosting plant sales, participating in the local fair, and competing in leadership and career development events. While Ms. Smith has been at Pike County Middle School, the chapter has won Leadership Team of the Week at SLC numerous times. She has motivated students, gained supportive parents, have devoted administrators, and united community have characterized this chapter. Ms. Smith has a teaching philosophy of teach every student. She has the program grounded in the three-circle model of agriculture education. Students utilize the greenhouse, school gardens, forestry plots, shops, livestock facilities, and agri-science lab to fine-tune their learning and carry out SAE projects. Ms. Smith has participated in numerous professional activities, including Georgia Green Industry and Certification, Avian Academy at University of Georgia, and the Hunter Safety Educator course, to name a few. She states, GVATA and its members have been extraordinarily helpful in acclimating a new teacher to an increasingly challenging profession, and she looks forward to being part of the organization's growth and progress for years to come. Congratulations to Hannah Smith for being named the 2020 GVATA Teachers Turn the Key Scholarship Award winner. The 2020 GVATA Ideas Unlimited Award goes to Miss April Davis. Miss Davis is the agricultural education teacher at Commerce City Middle School in Commerce, Georgia. Several years ago, after attending an entrepreneurship workshop, Miss Davis was encouraged to incorporate more hands-on entrepreneurial opportunities for her students. The participants of the workshop were challenged to develop their own product and sell it to consumers with fake money. Additionally, the participants of the workshop had to calculate the costs related to their business, as well as what it would take to make their business profitable. This workshop convinced Ms. Davis to get her students to create an agricultural market product sale. Students enrolled in all of her middle school agriculture courses participate in the ag market product sale at some point throughout their semester. For the sale, students are required to develop their own business, sell their own products using FFA bucks, and evaluate their business at the end to see if they broke even, made profit, or suffered a loss. Students complete their ag market product sales within 1 week's time. Once students have ample time to brainstorm business ideas, make plans for pricing and marketing, and agree on how they will sell their items, they present their business plan to a business licensing office. Personally, this is one of Ms. Davis's favorite portions of the ag market product sale because it gets other people involved and it makes students make more ownership of their business. Ms. Davis asked that community members and people in the school serve as business licensing offices. After the business license has been acquired and the loan is given, students work on marketing their businesses. Students are required to have at least one form of marketing in the hallways at the school, and besides information about their own business, they must include the date of the sale, time of the sale, and most importantly, that consumers will purchase these items with FFA bucks. Typically, most of our customers are other students. Community members or parents who come to the sale and are invited through social media and the Remind app. We get teachers to bring their classes. After the sale, the businesses calculate their profit, loss, or find out if they broke even. They also complete a reflection to show what they have learned from this experience, changes they would have made for their businesses if they could go back in time, and changes they thought they should do or make about a project. What a great life skills project for students that involves the school, parents, and community. It is with great pleasure that the Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teachers Association presents the 2020 Ideas Unlimited Award to Miss April Davis for her idea of the agricultural market product sale. The 2020 GVATA Outstanding Agriculture Program is awarded to the Newton College and Career Academy. The Newton College and Career Academy is located in Covington, Georgia. Advisors are Miss Cicely Gunner, agricultural education teacher, and Mr. Marcus Pollard, young farmer teacher. Established in 2016, the FFA chapter has grown exponentially over the past 4 years. With only 72 members the first year of operation to 176 members today, the program continues to grow each year. At NCCA, 3 different agriculture pathways are offered for students to complete. They are forestry and wildlife, agricultural mechanics, and veterinary science. It's the belief of the NCCA Agriculture Department that no 2 students learn the same way, and as educators, all students cannot be taught in the same manner. NCCA strives to give students the opportunity to learn in whatever way best fits them by offering a differentiated classroom and differentiated instruction. It is the goal of the NCCA agriculture instructors to make sure that every student is equipped with the necessary skills and knowledge to become a productive member of society. To facilitate this, instruction is modeled similar to a business. Students are expected to be on time, to pay attention, and to make class a priority for the entire class period. Differentiation is also key to the success of NCCA. Every day is different and students are never sure what to expect. Projects are given to students that offer them the ability to choose how they learn, whether to be in a group, pairs, or by themselves, or through visual, auditory, or kinesthetic presentations. All classes are centered around students' needs and interests. Instructors focus on bringing industry leaders into classes to connect students to the careers they are interested in. In addition, NCCA FFA hosts an employability panel each year at the beginning of the semester. These connections have helped students with recommendation letters and job shadowing opportunities. It is with great enthusiasm that the Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teachers Association awards the 2020 Outstanding Agriculture Education Program Award to the Newton College and Career Academy.
Again, thank you to these award winners for their hard work and dedication. Congratulations on your state win and good luck as you move forward in the national competition. I now call on Dr. Katrina Pollard to deliver the Audit Committee report.
We, the Audit Committee for GVATA Financial Records for the year 2019-2020, do hereby certify that we have reviewed the financial records. Based upon our review, we make the following statements. First, we would like to thank Tripp Tollerson of Warner Robins Middle School for creating our amazing plaques this year for our award winners. We would also like to thank Justin Bennett for his meticulous record-keeping skills. Based upon our review, we make the following recommendations. Look into acquiring federal and state tax exemption status, to purchase a scanner/copier for the executive secretary to utilize, and a larger notebook for files. We would also like for the board to continue to utilize local FFA chapters to create the awards. This is being submitted by Katrina Pollard, Cecily Gunner, Casey Elias, and James Hunter. Thank you.
The Audit Committee report comes in the form of a motion and bears an implied second. Is there any discussion? Please vote on the motion to accept the Audit Committee report. The poll should be available on your screen. Do not click on anything except the poll until your vote is cast. The Audit Committee report passes unanimously. I now call on our Executive Secretary, Mr. Justin Bennett, who will give the Nominating Committee report.
I have the results from the Nominating Committee report. The committee has received one application for the office of President-elect. The candidate is Mr. Marcus Pollard.
You have heard the results of the Nominating Committee. Be reminded that the qualifications for a President-elect candidate is to have been a member in good standing of GVATA for 5 consecutive years. The floor is now open for nominations. The chair recognizes Allie Crockett from Burke County.
I need my mic. Mr. President, I move to close nominations for President-elect.
Is there a second? We'll now proceed to vote on the motion to close nominations. The polls should be up now. Please take the time to quickly vote. We're voting on whether or not to close nominations.
GVATA Outstanding Agriculture Education State Staff Member is awarded to Mr. Sean Collins. Mr. Collins currently serves as a South Region Area Forestry Teacher. He has been an active GVATA member during his tenure, receiving the Teachers Turn the Key Young Teacher Award in 2003 and the Outstanding Young Member Award in 2004. Mr. Collins graduated from Jackson County High School, where Jimmy Mock, Tony Embrick, Kenneth Bridges, Philip Todd, and Ken Bray were his agriculture education teachers. He went on to further his education at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College and the University of Georgia. One of Mr. Collins' greatest accomplishments is seeing former students become leaders in their community, agriculture, and some have even become agriculture education teachers. As a member of the state agricultural education staff, Mr. Collins is dedicated to treating all classroom teachers as his students and helping them with their local programs to be as successful as they want to be. Mr. Collins continues to live in Colquitt County with his wife, Greta, and children, Laura and Judd. It is with great pleasure that the 2020 GVATA Outstanding Agricultural Education State Staff Member Award goes to Mr. Sean Collins. The 2020 GVATA Outstanding Agricultural Education Teacher is awarded to Miss Shelby Corbett Conley. Miss Conley is an agricultural educator in Eccles County and has been teaching 6th through 12th grades at Eccles County Middle High School since 2008. The agriculture program at Eccles County is exceptional and won the coveted 2019 Blue Sign for Outstanding Multi-Teacher Chapter. Ms. Conley helps to keep the Eccles program fully engaged in all 3 components of agricultural education instruction, involvement in FFA, and immersion in SAEs. Eccles students have also received a 90% pass rate on end-of-pathway assessments for technical skill attainment. Ms. Connolly says that she loves to see her students succeed outside the classroom as 5-time Leadership Team of the Week winners at Summer Leadership Camp, community service volunteers, and professionals in the agricultural industry. She tirelessly works with and promotes her students and works to maintain a standard of excellence in her program. Ms. Connolly is a member of the Southeast Agricultural Coalition and has been named Female of the Year in Agriculture. She and her family carry on a rich agricultural heritage in Eccles County. Shelby recently married to Andrew, and they reside in Lake Park, Georgia. It is with great pleasure that we recognize Miss Shelby Corbett Conley as the 2020 GVATA Outstanding Agricultural Educational Teacher. The 2020 GVATA Teacher Mentor Award goes to Dr. Curtis Bourne. Dr. Bourne is the Agricultural Education Program Coordinator and Professor of Agricultural Education at Fort Valley State University. Dr. Bourne received his PhD in Agricultural Education with a minor in Animal Science from Louisiana State University in 1988. Dr. Bourne's teaching philosophy includes learning by doing. He often uses demonstration methods while teaching university-level classes as well as teacher workshops. Dr. Bourne works with agricultural education teachers throughout the year, mentoring them at various FFA events. He is often seen at multiple events, serving as a judge or assisting teachers. Mr. Bourne encourages beginning teachers in helping them register students for these events. He gets young ag teachers to help with the events, especially in the area of agricultural mechanics. Dr. Bourne mentors teachers in the construction of many robotic tractors that are exhibited and judged annually at the Georgia National Fair. Dr. Bourne makes presentations each week during the summer at FFA Summer Leadership Camp at the State FFA FCCLA Camp in Covington, Georgia, and during the Sun Belt Ag Expo in Moultrie, Georgia. He encourages all of his mentees to attend these events with their students. He also teaches his students to partner with community businesses, community leaders, and others to help provide support for their ag programs in their local community. It is with great pleasure that we honor Dr. Curtis Bourne as the 2020 GVATA Teacher Mentor of the Year. The 2020 GVATA Outstanding Early Career Teacher is Mr. Ryan Smith. Mr. Smith began teaching in the fall of 2015 with split duties between Monroe Middle School and Mary Persons High School. He moved full-time to Mary Persons High School in the fall of 2019, where he now teaches Basic Ag Science, Wildlife Management, and Forestry Science 1. Mr. Smith works hard to increase hands-on and practical activities for students. He does not only want to prepare students for careers in agriculture, but also help them create memories in class and in the FFA that they will cherish for the rest of their life. Mr. Smith helps students get practical experience at sawmills, greenhouses, and local farms. Before Mr. Smith arrived, Mary Persons was already a very successful chapter in land judging, horticulture, livestock, and ag mechanics events. Mr. Smith has additionally helped create success in the natural resources area. They have won state in the Junior Environmental Natural Resources CDE, and just this year the chapter won the state Senior Forestry CDE. Today we recognize Mr. Ryan Smith as the 2020 Georgia Vocational Agricultural Teachers Association Outstanding Early Career Teacher. The 2020 GVATA Outstanding Adult Agriculture Education Program Award goes to the Newton County Young Farmers. The Newton County Young Farmer chapter, based out of Covington, Georgia, is a post-secondary agricultural education program. This program is made up of one young farmer teacher, Mr. Marcus Pollard, that works in cooperation with 6 full-time agricultural education teachers in Newton County. As a county, the Newton County Young Farmers Chapter is seen as a means to assist the more than 1,000 FFA students and serve as their next step to get more involved in the community by joining the association once they graduate. The Newton County Young Farmers also strive to meet the agricultural education needs of Newton County's diverse adult community. The community of Newton County is considered to be high poverty, with all 23 public schools receiving Title I funding and 71% of students in Newton County living below the poverty line. The dynamic of Newton County is very diverse and arguably one of the community's best attributes. For these and multiple other reasons, Mr. Marcus Pollard and the Newton County Young Farmers is awarded the Outstanding Adult Agriculture Education Program by the Georgia Vocational Agriculture Teachers Association.
The motion to close nominations has passed. I am pleased to announce that since Marcus Pollard is the only candidate, he will serve as your 2020-2021 President-elect. Congratulations, Marcus. I now call on Mr. Lonnie Giddens to give the GVATA report.
The 2020 Georgia Association for Career and Technical Education Summer Conference will be held virtually July 15th through 17th. We look forward to seeing all those who have registered. If you are not a member of GVATA, please consider joining and registering for next year's conference. Please contact me with any questions you have about GVATA. Thank you.
I now call on Mr. Darrell Baxley to give the PRC report.
Thank you. And first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who contributes to the PRC. Because of your contribution, we are able to have a voice in Atlanta, and it showed this year. And I want to thank you for you paying your contribution to the PRC. Unfortunately, with COVID-19, we were forced to reduce our budget. The governor told the legislators they need to reduce the state budget, and because of that, because of the decrease in revenues, Ag Education had to reduce their budget. To give you a little background, though, that the reduction started out at 14%, but luckily once the joint House and Senate committee finished with their deliberations, our cut is only 7%. We were fortunate to take a smaller cut, so I need you to thank your legislators for everything they did for us this year. Even though there was a cut, they were vital. It could have been a lot worse. Speaking of legislators, I want you to make sure that if you do not know your legislator on a personal level, make that your goal this year, especially before they go back to session in January. Make it a goal to have your legislator at school. If you're back in school at an FFA meeting, go and sit down with your legislator. Get to know them so that if you have to make that important phone call and you tell them who you are, they know who they're talking to. We had to make a few phone calls during this last session, and it's crucial that ag teachers know who their legislators are. So want to thank the PRC committee for what they did. Area 1, Michael Gardner. Area 2, Skylar Davis. Area 3, Josh Rabelais. Area 4, Beth Galloway. Area 5, Bert Boniford. And Area 6, Chad Cruz. I want to thank them for being available every time they were called upon to have a meeting or to listen on a phone call or text message so that we were headed in the right direction so they could help instruct Mr. Mackey and his team. So I want to thank them. We will have 2 new PRC committee members this year. Replacing Skylar Davis in Area 2 will be Cecily Gunner, and replacing Bert Boniford in Area 5 will be Ira Tucker. So they will be coming on board and doing a great job as well. And in closing, I want to thank Mr. Joel Mackey, Hall Booth and Associates for all they do for ag education in Atlanta. Without them, our voice would not be as strong. So if you get an opportunity, tell them thank you, and let me reiterate to make sure you tell your legislators thank you. And we will be looking at this next session to get fully funded again, but we can't do that without you knowing your legislators. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Giddens and Mr. Baxley, for those reports. We'll now move into the old business portion of the program. Is there any old business that needs to be addressed? Seeing none, we'll move on to new business. Is there any new business that needs to be brought before this meeting? I'm pleased to announce your board members for the upcoming fiscal year. Join me in congratulating your new Area 2 Director, Dr. Katrina Pollard, your new Area 5 Director, Mr. James Hunter, and your new President-elect, Mr. Marcus Pollard. Resuming their elected positions are your President, Nelson McCracken, past President, Richard Gill, Executive Secretary, Mr. Justin Bennett, and Area Directors for Area 1, Ms. Ruby McCracken, Area 3, Dr. Walt Parks, Area 4, Mr. Rick Dubose, and Area 6, Dr. Audrey Pickering. Please welcome Dr. Dennis Shepard to swear in our new GVATA board members.
You have been selected by your fellow GVATA members to lead our organization in the coming year. You may encounter difficult problems, but through hard work and dedication, you will succeed and ensure the continued success of the organization. May you work intelligently and professionally to fulfill the responsibilities of your offices. Will each of you accept the responsibilities of your office, and will you do your best to uphold the ideals and principles of the GVATA? If so, please answer, I will.
I will.
I now declare you duly installed to your respective offices. Congratulations.
Please welcome your new board members to recognize retiring GVATA officers, beginning with Dr. Katrina Pollard.
Marcus, thank you for your service over the past 3 years. Members across the state have been fortunate to take advantage of the high-quality professional development and along with your level-headed judgment. The board looks forward to future endeavors and knows that we can count on you for advice. Please welcome Mr. James Hunter.
Josh Drew began his agricultural education career in Webster County and more recently has been a middle school agricultural teacher in Lee County. Josh has begun a new phase as the CTA Director in Sumter County. I would like to wish him well and thank him for his service as the Area 5 GVATA Director, and welcome back Mr. Richard Gill.
Miss Audrey Davis has been an agricultural education teacher at Thomas County Middle School for 8 years. She has spent the past 5 years serving as the GVATA as the Area 5 Director and the Trilogy of Presidential Seats. I have found Audrey to be a great president to follow because she has been an excellent role model and mentor. All of the board members agree that she will be greatly missed. We will now move into the awards portion of our program. There are 4 GVATA awards that we wish to publicize to you to recognize our members who have made strides during their service as a Georgia Ag teacher. Teacher of Teachers recognizes teachers that have former students that have followed in their footsteps to become agricultural educators as well. Bronze level with 1 or 2 teachers. Betts Berry, Nathan Heaton, James Hunter, Katrina Pollard, Michael Riley, and Ashley White. Silver level with 3 or 4 teachers. Doug Williams. Gold level with 5 or more teachers. Bill Waldrop. We appreciate these mentors for all they have done to produce the next generation of agricultural educators and advisors. Next, we recognize our 30-minute club teachers. These teachers have spent at least 30 minutes promoting agricultural education and/or education in general through media beyond the borders of this state. These recipients are Lula Curry Williams, Skylar Davis, Cecily Gunter, Sarah Hughes, Luz Morales, Katrina Pollard, Veronica Sanders, Roger Teeple, Helen Young, and Victoria Hill. We would also like to recognize teachers for their years of service in agricultural education. Teachers completing 5 years of service are Skylar Davis, Christy Dillis, Erica Frost, Amanda Hartley, Tyler Huff, Amelia Jackson, Matthew Shelton, Joey Temperley, and LaDonna Withrow. Teachers completing 10 years of service are Ward Cole, Zachary Free, Brandy Grimsley, Ashley White, and Cherie White. Teachers completing 15 years of service are Betts Berry, Ashley Rivers, Krista Steinkamp, and Greg Waits. Teachers completing 20 years of service are Amy Crump, Sherilyn Kiley, and Wes Pace. Completing 25 years of service, Jody Kemp. Completing 35 years of service, Michael Riley. And completing 37 years of service, Mr. Roger Teeple. We have received 6 applications for the first-year teacher scholarship this year. We are pleased to award 2 $500 scholarships to 2 of these applicants. This year's scholarships will be awarded to Mr. Justin Martin and Miss Amy Harrington. Congratulations. Thank you to these ag teachers for their dedication and service. Nelson McCracken will bring announcements and remarks.
I want to thank everyone for your cooperation and participation in this year's first ever virtual conference. I look forward to serving and representing you as GVATA President this year. Thank you for this opportunity. My goal is to continue to build on our progress, continue developing and cultivating transparent relationships between teachers, young farmers, state staff, the foundation, and alumni. As we move forward, we're planning for an awesome winter and summer conference for 2021. The Midwinter Conference is going to be amazing. It is scheduled to be held on January 26th at the Macon Marriott City Center. The conference is going to be streamlined into an action-packed one-day event. Members will have the opportunity to register on Monday, January 25th. A social with food and entertainment will be provided for teachers during registration. The summer conference for 2021 will be held at the UGA Tifton Conference Center on July 12th through 14th. Both of these conferences will be upbeat, enlightening, and entertaining. In conclusion, I want you to know that the GVATA Board is constantly working to improve your conferences, to make them valuable, rewarding, and keep agriculture teachers the top in the nation. With no further business, I now declare this meeting adjourned.